I'm here on this dawn in Marathon, Florida with Paula Sparks. She's from St. Louis, Missouri, and she's really enjoying the weather down here. Paula is the founder and charter member of Widows Walk for Women. This is an associate group of the America Sailing Club, and it's affiliated in many ways because Widows Walk for Women, one of the purposes of it is to get women in all different ages of life involved in sailing and involved in scuba diving with America Sailing Club. So Paula, what do you think about dawns in Marathon, Florida?
Well, this is the first one I will have seen, but I've seen beautiful, beautiful sunsets, so I'm looking forward to this morning. Jay, you've mentioned people of all ages. You've mentioned what there is to do, but we've neither one mentioned about the healing. And what a wonderful place to heal from the grief that you have of the loss of a loved one. This is just, it's so serene, it's so, it's just wonderful. And I think that this has done a great deal for me, just to be here, be calm, be just a whole new way of life. It's very difficult for me to make you realize how different this life is from my own life and what I will have to go back to next week. I hate to leave it. This is just absolutely fabulous in Marathon.
So you're still a working woman, so this is a vacation time.
This is a vacation time, yes. And so I would invite anybody that has the time, and I know that many women, even much younger than I am, would have more time because they are retired, they're not working, and this would be a wonderful place to come for a length of time. I expect to come back many times, but as far as this trip, I'll have to go back and to work because I have a family business, and they depend on me. Already they've bothered me when we were out at sea. And, so today we're going to turn off all the phones. We're just going to have a fun day.
Excellent, excellent. And so the other day you went sailing and you learned a little bit about tacking and a little bit about.
I learned a whole lot about it. And
yeah.
You guys worked so hard.
Yeah, yeah. And you got up and you were participating and involved with it. So it doesn't really matter what.
Jay, age is no barrier. It
okay.
is no barrier to being on that boat. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but there's people my age and younger people my age and older who would really enjoy this. All you have to do is love life.
That's wonderful. Now let's look at this boat here a little bit. You've been on parts of it. Your granddaughter's actually been on parts of it. But let's go down here and do a little interview of the different parts of the boat. I think what we call this up here is the bow. Okay, but what would your granddaughter Shantae refer to this as?
She would say the trampoline.
Okay.
Because that's where I think she did the unforgivable in your eyes, but she did it anyway. She bounced and bounced on one and then actually bounced over all the trappings there and got to the other side.
Yeah, and I put regular lines in there so they can't do that anymore. Roll much.
We did rock a bit yesterday because we had a little storm here in the afternoon. I guess I brought
right here at dock. Yeah, right here at dock we had a real quick storm come up, and this boat right here at dock started rocking and rolling, didn't it?
It did, but it didn't last long. It passed over very quickly.
Yeah, just gotta make sure everything's tied down. Now we'll go aboard and we'll start looking at the insides of the boat. Well, we're just gonna sit out here and look at and watch the sunrise. And we're actually pre-sunrise. I thought maybe we'd see more by now. But this is the dawn of a new organization, and it's we'll repeat it. It's a widow's walk for women, waiting for the men to come home. And she might have been up there reading a book, and maybe been up there and fallen asleep all night. And then she'd get up in the morning, and what do you think she'd think about in the dawn?
She would be thinking about her man, no doubt. Isn't that why she's up there?
Yeah.
But also she'd be looking at that dawn of a new day, and that's exactly what we're looking at here. a dawn of a healing, the dawn of a new life. Actually, that's what I have found. At a time when you could just bury yourself and say, you know, life is, the golden years are just that, and you're just willing to go along with it until the end of your days. Well, I am not willing to go along with that. I'm willing to go out and find adventure, enjoy every day, every hour that's left in my life, and I'd like it to be right here.
We are on the Kenix 380 catamaran, and we're here with Paula Sparks from St. Louis, Missouri. And Paula's had the pleasure of being on the boat the other day while we were sailing and diving and a few other things. But she's now up in the helm chair, and she just wants to say a few things about the America Sailing Club, the catamaran, and then we'll kind of do as a walkthrough from a widow walk for women perspective. Go ahead, Paula. Tell us what you know about the boat and what you know about sailing it.
Well, I know one thing about the captain. Only the captain gets to wear the white hats. Today, I'm wearing the white hat.
All right.
Okay. No, it really is fantastic. The fun that can be had here, the release of all the anxieties that you have, of all the sorrow, of all other problems can be solved right here on a boat like this. It's fabulous. So you tell them about the diving, Jay, because that's something I probably will not do.
Well, you know, the one thing about a catamaran and about a sailboat in general is we're not a speedboat. We're not under power. We'll see in the next few days as we film that with your family and friends that are joining us. We'll see how quiet it is. We'll videotape how quiet it is so people can have conversations. In an electric boat, you do not hear engines pounding. You don't smell sulfur. You don't smell exhaust fumes and things like that. So this is kind of what I consider to be a family boat. I consider it to be a boat that a sailboat that everybody can have a good time. And there's always divers in a family. Not especially people that come to the Keys regularly or if they've never been here.
I didn't even know that the couple that's coming with us.
You didn't even know they were scuba divers?
I didn't even know they were scuba divers until I really got back in touch with my family on Facebook by all of this. And it's miraculous how things have worked.
Thus the name of the boat. So the name of the boat, Genie Green Electric, is all about genealogy,
right,
and all about family. And your Sparks family is on Genie,
and
right?
We started all of that a year ago, and here we have just found people we didn't know before. I knew they existed, but I had no relationship with them. Many of the young people, cousins of my children, are now very interested in having a relationship with my family, which is really fabulous.
So nothing like being the matriarch of the family, right?
That's it. That's it. As long as the matriarch can have fun.
Yeah, this matriarch's having a blast. So anyhow,